Gosh, I talked so much that my video stopped filming and it told me that I'd run out of storage space on my phone. Like, uber happy right now. The Brimbles box, it was good while it was going on, and I didn't, when I first started doing it, I just really loved doing it, but as time's gone on and stuff, and yeah, it just wasn't where I wanted to go, and all that kind of stuff, and so I'm really loving life right now. What are your hobbies, things you enjoy outside of crafting and running after Miss B? I like going on walks. I hate summer, guys. I really, really hate summer. I'm a miserable, grumpy bastard in the summer, and I just sit on the sofa and like, ugh. But in the autumn and winter and spring, I love going on walks, particularly when it's cold. I love going on walks, crunchy leaves, coming back, making soup. I do like cooking. I like to read, do enjoy reading. I love going to the beach. Beach trips are my ultimate favourite. We try and go as much as possible, but it is difficult and stuff. But yeah, I love going to the beach. Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably enough time. For me, a hobby at the moment is like getting a quick 30-minute bath. A quick 30-minute bath, you know what I mean? Getting a bath, like relax, candles, YouTube, nice music, that kind of thing. That's kind of like a hobby at the moment. I love John's garden and your backyard. How much work, time goes into keeping it so beautiful? Thinking of the stuff John shows on his channel. Yeah, the garden is John's domain. I like sitting in a garden, but that's about it. I'm not a gardener. I quite like potting seeds and stuff, but I'm not really into like gardening. We were very, very lucky. This is not to take anything away from John's hard work, but we were really, really lucky in as much as we inherited a garden that had already been landscaped. Like most of what you see was there when we moved in, and so like, as I say, that's not to take anything away from John. He does work hard in the garden, but yeah, we were really, really lucky to inherit that garden with the house. There was a couple of people who were retired, lived here, you know, their children had long gone, so they had lots of time to look after the garden. John, it bugs him all the time. He's forever looking out the window or walking around the garden being like, oh, you know, because he's like, I want to get out here and do more stuff, but, you know, equally we want to have family time and work time and all that kind of stuff. So he waters every night with Miss B. Miss B likes going around the garden with her watering can, and we've got this one mint plant that is just like over watered to death by Miss B, but you know, she enjoys it. He tries, I don't know how much work, I'll ask him, he does try, but you know, he would say not as much time as he would like. If you could choose only one crafty thing, what would it be? Sketching, watercolours, etc. It would be sketching for me. That would be my thing. Have you got your young daughter crafting yet? Yep, absolutely. She's got her own hashtag on Instagram and social media, which is Miss Brimbles Creates. I've been sharing the odd bit. I did talk about, and no one sort of really replied to me, I did talk about maybe doing some like blog posts or YouTube videos about toddler crafts, you know, things that maybe to inspire some people or things that we do, but people weren't so, I didn't really hear any sort of feedback on that, so I'm not sort of sure whether people would be interested in that sort of thing or not. But yeah, she's a crafty kid. What motivated you to start Mrs. Bimbles? Oh, I've already covered that one. What is your favourite washi tape at the moment? My favourite is literally just a black and white stripe. I use it on everything. What craft supplies do you hoard onto? Paper. I love hoarding paper. I'm trying not to hoard, I mean, by that I mean 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. I'm trying not to hoard it, but I do. Has Miss B ever got into your craft supplies, and what did she do with it? Not really, no. She only really washi tape and she unrolls it. She's quite good. She knows what's mummy's and what's hers. And hers are in a different room to mine. Occasionally she'll come in while I'm doing some bits, and she's like, me paint too. But I'm like, no. We'll go downstairs and we'll do painting. Oh, I think this is the question that Hannah was asked. No, it's not Hannah. The question above about Instagram posts about people interested in your life. This is the post. How does it feel having people so interested in you, John and Miss B, especially when you don't know us? I fear I can come across as a crazy stalker. I often wonder how it must feel to share so much. Love the fact you still do. John, we just moved to a new build property. Our garden just has grass growing. What advice can you give us for getting planting? Oh, okay, that's... Okay, I'll ask John that one. So people interested in you, I think I've commented on that. The only thing is, like, things like, obviously you know the situation with Miss B, but I get asked so much about seeing Miss B. You will never see Miss B on social media. You will never see a photo or a video of her on social media. I never disclose her name. If you happen to accidentally see a name in a journal or a diary that I haven't covered over, then I'm not too worried about that, because her name now is not the same name that she had at birth, so I'm not too worried about that. But I just ask for your discretion and, you know, respect for our family and for her. So yeah, I don't mind answering questions about, like, is she into crafts, does she like painting, that sort of stuff, but that's pretty much it. Everything else, she is out of the social media world, and that is just purely to protect her and keep her safe. But other than that, when it comes to me and John, like, that's a bit different. I kind of answered that. You used to be all about the rings, and now you're more into traveller's notebooks. Is there something particular that you love about them? I like the fact it's kind of easier to archive the used notebooks rather than losing loose odd sheets around the house. The thing I like about them, I don't know. I think... Right, okay, yes, I do. Main thing is those blasted rings. Whenever you were writing, you always used to, like, bash your hand against the rings and stuff, and so I used to end up, like, taking the pages out of the rings in order to write on them. So that's probably the thing I love the most. Other than that, for me, it's just like the tactileness. It's like one of those things that if you know, you know, but it's very often hard to kind of put that into words. It's a feeling thing, you know, and I think only a journaler or planner knows the feeling. Who got you into creative journaling and planning? Planning, you have my senior school to thank for that, because when I went to senior school, we were all given, every term we were given a planner, and in that had our timetable, and it had a week on 2 pages for us to write down our homework and, you know, and to tick off what we'd done and where we were at. Our attendance log was in there, our sections where parents and teachers could write backwards and forwards to each other was in there, and we put our appointments in there, our merits in there, anything in there. So they are the ones who got me into planning. And actually that was really, really good for me for when I went into uni, because I was a lot more organised when it came to, like, exams and module assessments and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you have school to thank for that. Creative journaling, you have Father Christmas and then my mum to thank for that. When I was younger, Father Christmas, and later on my mum took that on. After Father Christmas decided I was of an age where, you know, he thought that maybe he should let some of the younger children have presents from him. Every year I used to be given a new journal for Christmas, and 9 times out of 10 I was given new pens and stuff as well, because I have never ever been into dollies and toys and stuff. I was always the kid who was happiest with a cardboard box, a load of loo rolls and some Pritt Stick. So yeah, every year I used to get a brand new journal and pens and stuff, and so I used to create in that, and that is what got me into creative journaling, and I've never stopped doing it, to be honest with you. It's just a passion, it's in my blood. When will you start your Christmas planning this year? Which planner will you use? Did all of your new traditions work out well this past Christmas? So when will you start? Maybe soon, to be honest with you, because I've already bought one thing. I was in TK Maxx the other day and buying a wedding present, and I walked past the stationery section. I'm like, come on. And there was a set of 4 Peppa Pig stamps, wooden stamps, and they're a really good price. They're in the sale section, and I bought them to put away for Miss B for Christmas. And so I shall probably start get my planner out now ish, because I want to write stuff I buy down so that I don't forget where it is and what I've bought, so that I don't go crazy. I went a bit crazy last year. That's because it was our first Christmas, and my justification is there's a lot of setup costs. Like like we bought her a wooden advent calendar, so she'll use that every year. So we don't have to buy that this year, and a stocking. We don't have to buy that this year. That kind of thing. There was setup costs, So that's kind of how I justified the spend last year. But this year, this year I want to kind of get on top of plan it all a little bit better, rather than a bit like, I was literally a kid in a toy shop when we went shopping. I was just like, yeah, and I went a bit crazy. So I want to be a bit more like, and because of that, there are quite a lot of things that she didn't play with and stuff. So I want to be a bit more coordinated this year. Not that she needs toys and stuff. She's like me. She's not really a toys and stuff kind of girl. Like, the craft stuff that I bought her has been her most used presents. So probably get her more craft stuff, to be honest. More doing stuff. I shall use my red A5 Christmas planner again, because it's all set up and everything. I've got videos on that. I shall continue on using that. Yeah, my traditions worked out really, really well, and Miss B was perhaps a bit young to appreciate the traditions and stuff, but hopefully, it will start to get ingrained in her memory as the years go on. That's how it worked in my family. Like, I don't necessarily. It's just like that long-lasting imprint of this is what we did at Christmas kind of thing. I know it's only July, but all the rain we have been having in Scotland has driven me to Vlogmas videos, and I've just found John's Wholesome Christmas series and wondered if you have any plans to film creative planning project videos together in the future. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like, definitely, we would definitely do videos together. That'd be cool. It's really I find it really difficult for me now, because I'm in my 4th year of doing 4 years of doing videos. I find it really hard because I find a lot of videos have already been done. Like my Christmas planning series, I'm not entirely sure what else I could do for that. So I probably, those sort of things might have to be like more come under more of the daily vlog kind of stuff. So if there is anything that you want to see, or any suggestions of anything you want to see, either Christmas crafts, Christmas projects, Christmas planning, then please let us know, and then we can kind of put our heads together and come up with something. How did you get in touch with the right people and arrange for your art to be made into products for your shop? Okay, I didn't actually get in touch with them, they got in touch with me. Yeah, it was via Twitter. I think it was. Yeah, it was via Twitter. So obviously they'd seen my profile and saw what I was about and the kind of things that I was doing, and these companies approached me, and then so I went back to them and kind of got like samples. I got samples off of them, and quotes and things, and it went from there. So that was quite cool. Oh, I've drunk my drink, dude. So yeah, they approached me via Twitter. How has your planning style evolved since Little Miss B has been a part of your family? Okay, so I did a video on this last year. So the first like couple of months of Miss B being in our lives, it was all a bit crazy. There were loads of appointments, and my whole planning system went out the window, and I changed it around and around and around and around, and I've now gone a full back circle, and like since everything is like 100% calmed down, done a full circle, and I'm now exactly back planning to the same way as I did before she came. A full circle. Nothing's changed now. Back to how I was. That was the last question. So I want to thank everybody who asked me a question.